These are the 8 best brawlers to use in Solo Showdown right now. First one is Nani. She is super underrated and her damage is insane. If you aim her perfectly, her shots can hit the enemy behind a wall, which makes her almost unstoppable. She also does a heap of damage from up close. A tip is using attack, then super. Next is Rico. If you practice the movement with his shots, you will hit almost every single one. His ricochet shots are also really good. To hit every shot, you must move the direction the enemy is moving while shooting. Also use your gadget when the enemy is up close so you deal max damage. If you have better range than the enemy, play aggressive. It is basically a free win. In third, we have Surge. He is really underrated, and if you play aggressive you will have an advantage because of how broken he is. The main rule with Surge is to play aggressive and predict where the enemy moves so you hit your shots. Also only use your super necessarily, like dodging bullets or leveling up if needed. Next up we have Bibi. Her knockback and her super is really powerful, which makes her perfect for Solo Showdown. A good tip for Bibi is to knock back with attack then super. Try to make your super rebound so it deals more damage. If a player is running away, make sure to chase them if you have enough HP. Her speed will help you out. In fifth we have Spike. His curveball and his damage is extremely good and he is good area control. Predict where the enemy is moving, and even if you miss, your curveball will help you hit the shots. Use your super if they're running away or if they're behind a wall, so it slows them down. Next up we have Chester. His random supers and his attack swaps make him unpredictable, so the enemy won't know how to counter him. The more shots you hit with Chester, the easier it is to hit the enemy. Only use his super when the enemy is low and play aggressive if you have more range or are stronger than the enemy. In seventh we have Shelly. Her up-close damage is really good and her super is super powerful that can deal a lot of damage. Try to farm her super as it is really useful in fights. Also use your gadget if the enemy is running away in a straight line or is super close to you. Getting close to the enemy and using your super is really important when using Shelly. Lastly we have Leon. His lollipop gadget and his super is good for sneaking up to the enemy and instantly destroying them. It is better to use his super in a bush or with his gadget so the enemy doesn't know when you will sneak up on them. Getting closer to the enemy is better so you hit all his shots and do way more damage.